Hi friends, my name is Dilip. In today's video, we'll be discussing upon the topic called as place of supply. We'll do the summary revision of topic called as place of supply. I have already uploaded from section 7 to section 21, that is from supply to input tax credit. And in today's video, we'll be taking exclusively only on the top IGST Act, which will be place of supply topic. We'll only cover the place of supply in this particular video. So without wasting a single second, let me start with the revision. Okay, section 7 of IGST Act, section what sir? Section 7 of IGST Act talks about, interstate supply. What do you mean by interstate supply? Section 7 of IGST Act says interstate supply means a supply wherein the location of supplier and place of supply is in two different states, two different union territory, one state and one union territory. Similarly, import and export will also be treated as interstate supply. Similarly, a supply made to an SEZ unit or SEZ location will also be treated as interstate supply. Sir, what do you mean by intrastate supply? What do you mean by intrastate supply? Section 8 says, section 8 of IGST Act. Please note, whatever sections we are saying is of IGST Act only. Whatever section we will be seeing in this video will be from IGST Act only. Section 8 says intrastate supply means intrastate supply means where supply of goods or services where the location of supplier and place of supply is in same state or same union territory. Then section 9 of IGST Act says where the location of supplier or the place of supply is in territorial water, then the location of supplier or the place of supply will be the nearest coastal state or union territory. Then we have section 10 and section 11, which is talking about place of supply of goods. Section 10 and section 11 of IGST Act talks about what, sir? It talks about place of supply of goods. Section 10 subsection 1 clause A, where movement is there. I'll not tell the subsections. I'll not tell the subsection number. I'll straight away tell the provisions to you. Okay. Section 10(1)(a) talks about where movement is there. Location where the goods are terminated. Location where the movement is terminated will be the place of supply. If there is if the movement is caused by third party, then principal place of business of third party. If there is no movement involved, in such cases the location of the goods at the delivery at the time of delivery to the recipient. In case it is an if the goods are required to be installed or assembled at one location, then the location where the goods are installed or assembled will be treated as place of supply. Similarly, if the goods are supplied on board a conveyance, when you are on a conveyance can be anything. It can be an aeroplane, it can be an aircraft vessel, motor vehicle or ship, etc. Whatever type of conveyance it is, train, etc. If there is any goods which is supplied to you when you are on board a conveyance, then the place of supply will be the location where the goods were taken on board, the location where the goods were taken into the train, the location where the goods were taken into the aeroplane. Then we have section 11. Section 11 talks about place of supply of goods where the location of supplier or the location of recipient, any one of them is outside India. So it can only two cases can be there. There is import of goods or there is export of goods. In case of import of goods, the place of supply is the location of importer. In case of export of the goods, place of supply is any location outside India. Now, next we'll discuss straight away without wasting a single second. We'll discuss about the place of supply of services. Section 12 talks about place of supply of services where the location of the recipient and the location of the supplier both are in India only. Place of supply of services where the person who is supplying the goods and the person who is receiving the goods, both of them are in India. Then I will go to section 12. I will go to section 13. If any one of this, either supplier or the recipient, any one of them is outside India. Okay, sir. Now, section 12 subsection 1 told about that particular point which I just now told you. Section 10 subsection 12. Section 12 subsection 2 talks about the general rule or default section. What is the general rule? What is the place of supply in case of services generally? If you are providing the services to a registered person, the place of supply will be the location of registered person. If the services are provided to an unregistered person, then if you have, do you have that address of the unregistered person? Yes sir, I have that address of unregistered person. Then the address of unregistered person. If you don't have his address, then the location of supplier will be treated as place of supply. Then services directly in relation to immobile property, construction of immobile property, renting of immobile property, renting of hotel in guest house, or renting of marriage halls, etc., or any ancillary services such as interior designer, architecture services. All these services which is directly in relation to immobile property, the place of supply will be the location where the place where the immobile property is located or intended to be located. If the immobile, sir, what if the immobile property is located outside India and the supplier and the recipient both are in India? What if immovable property is located outside India and supplier and recipient both are India. In such cases, the place of supply will be, the location of recipient. In such cases, the place of supply will be what, sir? It shall be the location of recipient. Section 12, subsection 4 talks about restaurant, beauty treatment, or plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, outdoor catering, then fitness or healthcare services, etc. With regard to that, because they are performance based services, I also call them as performance based services. The place of supply will be the location where they are actually performed, wherever the haircut is performed, wherever the food is prepared, that will be the place of supply, wherever it is actually performed. Then, sir, in case of training and appraisal, performance appraisal services, it can be provided to a registered person or an unregistered person. If it is provided to a registered person, then the location of the recipient, that is the registered person. If it is provided to an unregistered person, place where it is performed. Say for example, if CA Dilip is giving services to Infosys, CA Dilip is also registered and Infosys is also registered. Infosys is registered in Bangalore, so the place of supply will be Bangalore. Now, Dilip is giving services to students. Now, Dilip is giving services to students. He is training the students. Now, the students are all unregistered person. Now, what is the place of supply, sir? The location where it is performed. Now, as of now, I am performing this at my house. So, the place of supply will be the location where I am performing the location where it is performed. Then, sir, what about admission to an event or a park? I am getting admitted to an event, or I am getting going to an amusement park. In case you are going to an event or you are going to a park, event can be any type of event, circus or any sporting event, that is IPL, etc. Admission to means, admission to, I am talking about only the ticket price. I am talking only about the ticket price. In such cases, admission to an event or a park, the place of supply will be the location where the event is held. The location where the event is held or park is situated. Section 12, subsection 7 talks about place of supply with regard to organizing an event. Please note, admission to means ticket price, organizing means conducting that event. In such cases, the place of supply will be, if the services are supplied to a registered person, the location of registered person. If it is to an unregistered person, the place where the event is held. The place where the event is held. Sir, what if the supplier and recipient are in India and the event is held outside India? In such cases, what if supplier and recipient is outside India and the supplier and recipient are in India and event is held outside India? Say for example, Priya Saris is from Bangalore and there is the event management company from Mumbai and the event is held outside India. Now both supplier and recipient are in India. The place of supply will be location of recipient. Location of recipient. Then Section 12, subsection 8. Section 12, subsection 8 talks about transportation of goods services. What is the place of supply in case of transportation of goods, including mail and courier? Including mail and courier, the transportation. If the transportation of goods services is provided to a registered person, then the location of that registered person, that is the location of recipient, that registered person. Sir, what if it is provided to an unregistered person? If transportation of goods services is provided to an unregistered person, location where the goods are handed over, location where the goods are handed over for transportation, location of where the goods are handed over for transportation. Sir, what if the goods are given outside India? What if the sent outside India? Then the place of destination will be the place of supply. Place of destination will be treated as place of supply. Section 12, subsection 9 talks about transportation of passenger transport services. Sir, what is the place of supply in case of passenger transport services? Sir, in case of passenger transport services, see whether the services are provided to a registered person or an unregistered person. If it is provided to a registered person, then the location of recipient, that is registered person. If it is provided to an unregistered person, location where you are embarking the conveyance, location where you get into the conveyance for continuous journey, location where you get into the conveyance for continuous journey. Then Section 12, subsection 10. Section 12, subsection 10 talks about services provided on board a conveyance. Any services which is provided by to you on board a conveyance. Whenever you are in a conveyance, train, aeroplane, ship, etc. If you take any services when you are in that conveyance, then the place of supply for that particular item will be the first scheduled point of departure of conveyance. First scheduled point of departure of conveyance. Section 12, subsection 11. In case of telecommunication services, is it a fixed line? Yes, wherever it is fixed. For example, landline, DTH, it is fixed at some location, wherever it is fixed. If it is postpaid bill, then billing address. If it is prepaid, then the location of supplier. And if it is online, any other cases, then the place which is told by the recipient, that is the location which is address mentioned in that. Whenever I make an online recharge, I have to give my wherever the operator is there, that location I will have to give. Based on that, the plans will be showed to me. So address mentioned. Then Section 12, subsection 12. In case of banking, financial institution, including stock broking services, what is the place of supply, sir? The place of supply will be, normally they will be having our address. So that address, sir, what if they do not have the address? In such cases, the location of supplier. In case of insurance companies, sir, what is the place of supply? In case of insurance companies, in case of insurance services, the place of supply will be the location of the recipient, because obviously the insurance company will have our addresses. So whatever address is given to them, so the location of recipient. So this is all about the place of supply of services, where the supplier and recipient both are in India, where supplier and recipient both are in India. Now, place of supply of services where either the supplier or the recipient, any one of this person is outside India. Who, sir? Not both. Any one is outside India. Any one of the person is outside India, then I will determine the place of supply as per section 13. Section 13 subsection 1 says, general rule or default rule is the place of supply will be the location of recipient. This is the general rule. Normally the place of supply will be location of recipient. Sir, what if I don't have the address of the recipient, sir? If you don't have the location of recipient or address of recipient, then the location of supplier will be the place of supply. In case of performance based services, you are conducting any repairs, etc., location where it is performed. An haircut is done for an individual, wherever that haircut is done, or there is a car, I am doing repairs on that car, wherever that repair is done. However, there are two other points, that is two provisos are there. If the services are provided through electronic means from any other location, if it is provided through an electronic means, then the place of supply will be the location of goods at the time of provision of services, wherever the goods are located at the time when the services are provided. Similarly, if the goods are temporarily imported into India for the purpose of repairs or doing any process, and after that if it is re-exported, without any use or with minor use, then the place of supply will be the location of recipient. Then section 13 subsection 4 talks about services directly in relation to immobile property. What is the place of supply, sir? The place where the immobile property is located or intended to be located. Then admission to an event or organization of event. Services with regard to admission to an event or organization of an event. Place of supply is location where the event is held. Sir, section 13 subsection 6 says, if 3, 4 and 5. Sir, 13.3, 13.4, 13.5. What is this 13.3, 13.4, 13.5, sir? Performance based service, immobile property related service and event related service. If these three services are provided at more than one location, if they are provided at multiple locations, then including a location in taxable territory, then the place of supply will be the location in taxable territory. Sir, what if 3, 4 and 5, 13.3, 13.4, 13.5, that is performance based immobile property and event are provided at more than one state in India only, sir? If it is provided at more than one state or union territory, it shall be taken proportionately. Next, services, section 12 section 13 subsection 8, very important. Section 13 subsection 8, services provided by banks or intermediary services or hiring of all means of transport excluding yacht and including vessel but excluding yacht for a period more than 1 month, then for that the location of supplier will be the place of supply. Location of supplier, say in case bank, intermediary services and hiring of means of transport, the location of supplier will be the place of supply. Then in case of transportation of goods, sir, location where the goods are, place of destination of goods. Here it is place of destination of goods, wherever the goods are going. In case of transportation of passenger, wherever the passenger is embarking the conveyance for continuous journey, wherever I catch the vehicle for continuous journey. Okay. Section 12, section 13, subsection 1, services provided on board a conveyance. When you are on a conveyance, the services are provided at that time. Then the first scheduled point of departure of that conveyance. Then section 13, subsection 2 talks about OMIDR services, that is OIDAR services, online information database access and retrieval services. In such cases, the place of supply will be the location of recipient. Please note, section 13 is applicable when one of the person, either the supplier or the recipient, any one of these person is outside India. Then we have section 16 of IGST Act, very important section 16 of IGST Act, which gives the definition of zero rated supply. Sir, what do you mean by zero rated supply? Zero rated supply means supply of goods or services made in the course of whenever you are making an export of goods or services, it is called as zero rated supply. Then whenever a supply is made to an SEZ unit or SEZ location, that is also called as zero rated supply. That is also called as zero rated supply. SEZ unit or SEZ developer, that is also called as zero rated supply. Okay friends, so this was all about the IGST Act, place of supply. Very important, very quick revision I have made, and very beautiful notes have also been prepared. You can use it for your daily revision purpose. This will be very helpful for one day before examination and for your daily revision. If you have any doubts, you can please WhatsApp me on 962002 2004. I hope you are enjoying all these revision videos. Thanks a lot.